Hello everyone, it's November the 29th and I'm recording here at the intense more and more. So why I'm showing you this chart here is because of the heliocentric picture. That's just really the one which totally stands out, with Mars here in a separating opposition with Uranus and in a applying square to Saturn dead on midheaven. This is a powerful structure. This shows that there are some great powers and energies to be released and clashing into each other. Let's start with this one. Right. The Mayan calendar. Today, November 29 is 12 Auk, the white crystal heart or dog. Tomorrow is the blue cosmic monkey. And then on December 1st, 1 Eb, there is a synchronicity here for the first 13 days of the month. This is always bringing the Mayan frequency way to the foreground, making it more manifest in a way, because of that resonance with the numbers. Day 1 of that 13-day cycle, Eb, the heart of the human, which is really the understanding of acceptance of all the different stages and different moods we go through as humans. It's that inclusiveness of everything, of pain and pleasure, of ecstasy and agony, and seeing it as valid and valuable parts of the human experience. So it is a great wave to get into this really deep end of our journey collectively, short before the breakthrough. As I showed you, we are really in this final stage. This is the human design, which shows the collective wiring, which resonates with each of our personal electromagnetic connections in our chart. So these are the ones which are collectively activated right now, and I showed you a couple of times. This is the most important connection, that's the lunar nodes, which are very slowly progressing through these first 5 degrees of Gemini. Due to that motion the lunar nodes have, they reach a level like a river, you could say, has little lakes, and then again there's waterfalls and then lakes. It's kind of that rhythm, and right now we're in this lake period where the lunar nodes are almost not moving backwards anymore for 4.5 months in this segment between 4th of September till 18th of January. I have said that several times. That's a great blessing that is really connecting us to our deeper layers of self, of nature, of that resource energy which is nourishing us, which is giving us the necessary power to ward off these dark forces, to send them to a hell or to the moon or wherever you want, into another universe, to another dimension far away. That's what will happen, and this is the core window of that process of transformation, again between September 4 and January 18. It so happens that in this same window, actually from October 24th, I guess, till January 14, slightly shorter, but still very long time, Uranus and Pluto are activating these 2 gates. Uranus, you see here, and Pluto. Uranus and Pluto together, they're just coming out of a conjunction, out of a square between 2011 and 16. That was kind of that getting ready phase for a breakthrough, where new paradigms were put in place, and these 2 together activate this channel to higher awareness, to the ability to activate our pineal gland. It's really, that is what this channel is resonating with. It's literally activation of the collective pineal energy, if you want. So this is extremely helpful. Now, through these first days of, or actually I should say from tomorrow on, that's within 24 hours, tomorrow evening, our time here in North America, or about 1:30 a.m. UT Universal Time on the 30th, for 24 hours, the moon will have here 3 strong connections in 48, and then 57, and then 32, activating a whole bunch of channels, wavelength, brain wave, transformation, power. So these are all just words which are kind of just titles, if you want. So those of you who are a bit more familiar with human design can look those up. I just want to show all the others. If you are interested, this is a great site, Human Design Tools, and then you can click on these different channels and learn what they stand for. Though these are energies which are activated during these transits, and naturally some of you will have those in their birth configuration, so then you will get particularly activated to use these energies in a creative way and help others to get that experience too. So yes, that is kind of the setting the stage. We are setting the stage right now. So let's get into the astrology a little bit here. And before we do that, I wanna read you just one more thing here, which Oracle Girl just published today, and it's totally in line with what I can see. A cold wind blows from the east, she says. Will it be war, or will the dollar crash first? In either case, you can be sure it will be deliberate. Like these atmospheric rivers. Think weather modification. Using microwaves, corralling clouds, streams of humidity. It's all technologies which have been patented, and these patents are actually in the public domain. You can even look them up. They're all there. It's hilarious. Some people have showed that, we have really to wake up of what's going on this planet. I said it's difficult, momentous, and transformational. Now, the first thing I want to say before I continue here is that energetic guardrails are in place. This is the beautiful thing about astrology, and I will show you that through this video and the coming ones. I will do shorter ones, and because this is such an intense time, I really want to go more into the details of all these charts. But remember, they, our controllers, they want to take us down with them. They don't want to go alone. So that's what we're looking at. What people fail to see is that there are no sides and just a single attempt to divide the world. Well, for now, people haven't really realized that in a bigger way. That we are turned against each other. So no one ever takes their power. Looking to the future, all who will remain, now that's a big statement, all who will remain, if we look into the future, will be one frequency, joined by the waters of this planet, the gold frequency, and the potential to embody pure love. Pure love, that's the generator, that's our engine, that's how we connect to nature and how we translate these powerful energies from nature into that momentum. And this is now an increasing number of people who are resonating on this gold frequency. Every day more and more people are realizing that amidst the ever mounting chaos, there is a deliberate intention to enslave, to kill, to depopulate, and to control. So Oracle Girl asks, what is better? The end of the old system by the hand of the citizens of this planet, or the end of the system by the colonists? And the colonists are our controllers. Soon a huge percentage will decide the former. That's where we're going. That's what's happening between the end of the year and mid-February. That's the big revolution, which I've been mentioning multiple times. There are so many beings on this planet, in contrast with the small number which attempts this tyranny. Blaming the pandas, well, you know which country they come from, is very likely. So we have to be aware that there will be a narrative to it. A financial crash is almost a certainty. Well, how to find what unites us and cope with the meltdown probably to come? Yes, that's the question. How to find what unites us and how to cope with the meltdown that most likely is coming. It's intense times, guys. Okay, let's go back to the astrology. Okay, so let's start today. Today, Mercury had its upper conjunction with the Sun. That means Mercury is now again in leading position. There's this interesting rhythm between the last 2 months from the moment Mercury, well, in the middle of the retrograde period, it actually changes that Mercury will be behind the Sun, and then for 2 months it takes this planet to catch up, and then from now on for the next 2 months Mercury will be leading. Now why is this important? Mercury is the planet which represents our perception. When Mercury is behind the Sun, our perception is kind of lagging behind our experience. Because the Sun is our experience. The Sun is the inner being, is the most how to say that? It is really the essence is in the Sun. Always the essence. It's where life force comes from. So when now Mercury is leading, it means our perception is ahead of the game. That's very interesting. That means Mercury becomes more important as a guide and not so much as an analyst. The moment this happened, interesting, the moon here is at 27 degrees 35 Virgo. That is pretty dead on exact where the first of these 8, where the Sun was at the first of the eight full moons, which are all related to the galactic center, which I mentioned, between September 20th, that's when the Sun was here, and next April, for 8 consequent times, full moons will be linked into the galactic center energy at 2709 Sagittarius. So the moon here squaring the galactic center. This is very nice in a Mercury sign, the moon. So and the hexagram there, the moon is number 6, conflict, which is the energy of not shying away from confrontation, knowing that it's just the friction which is generating progress. That's the idea of that part of the zodiac. So we are intentionally going into that place of friction, of conflict, to expose and to generate the momentum for progress. Very nice chart, very beautiful chart with Radamantis rising here in the global chart for Greenwich. Radamantis, the gold star of it is Varuna, which is actually called the gold star, and Varuna is powerfully placed here too. But the Radamantis is similar. Radamantis has gotten the job of judging over the dead. Very high integrity in finding out justice, what is truly going on here. And Mars here at the east point, the equatorial point, which means that would be the ascendant at Earth's equator on the 0 meridian. Very important. So Mars here in having crossed 20 degrees now in the Cancer Dwad and Cancer, the sign of family and strong emotional connections. So it is about investing our energy, focusing our energy in a very powerful scorpionic way, digging to the roots of something which is related to family and those emotional bonds, which will be really the fuel for this breakthrough. That is what brings us together. The more difficult it gets, I had this thought the other day. It is like the difficulties are the glue which are allowing us to reach deeper levels of resonance with each other. I still have these pictures in my mind after 9/11, when the towers had come down, and strangers were helping each other in unprecedented ways. They were giving each other hugs. It's when things really get extremely difficult, then something else comes to the forefront. We do not judge things and people anymore by their whatever appearance. We are just helping, seeing what needs to be done. That's kind of the alchemy which is going on here, and Mars here shows that yes, there is going to be that male energy of action, of will, of taking control, which will be at the leading edge. Also here the vertex, beautifully placed. Vertex is the higher focus point in terms of meeting with, merging with the greater universe. On the higher level is kind of this spiritual descendant, the vertex point, here with Earth. Again, bringing that focus really down to Earth. It's a really powerful chart here with Jupiter and Saturn here on both sides, nicely at the midpoint. So this is just the beginning. Now you see I have many charts. I won't go through all of them, I promise. I keep it a bit shorter this time, and then we'll make a next episode. So then by the 1st of December we have Chiron and Maki having their 6th opposition. That's Chiron here and Maki. This is insofar important. Maki is about manifestation, bringing thoughts and ideas right here into the room in such a powerful frequency that they really take on form. That's what Maki stands for. And with Chiron here on the other side, it is that struggle which is coming really into focus now. I guess that's the best way to put it. Chiron in Aries there, that is the realization that it is us. We can change ourselves, our attitudes, our way we see things, and by this simple recognition of our powers to shift and change things over, they will follow suit. Interesting that the moon is in Scorpio here, in close conjunction with Radamantis again, which we had here at the ascendant of this chart. So you see there's a story here. There's a story here. It's like progression. It's a build-up of momentum. That's it, how it always goes in astrology. That's why I use multiple charts which are locking into each other, which are activating each other, with not only Pallas but also Nessus and Okiroi here in midheaven. That's where the transformation happens on the mental plane. Pallas is our ability to see patterns and to analyze. Okiroi is amplifying this, enlarging, making it bigger, making it more powerful, turning it to bold, so to say. And Nessus, yes, that's the pathological behaviors we are seeing enlarged everywhere now. Abuse, repulsive behavior, that's all of that. So that's all right here at center stage, and we are asked to transform that. That's kind of okay. Things are really getting set up here. So a day later, then on the 2nd of December, we have an energetic change, an energetic big shift with Pallas again, crossing into heliocentric Aries. This is changing the tone. Whereas in Pisces, it's more kind of a osmotic absorption of what is going on, an observation of processing internally. Now we are getting into active mode. Pallas will be in Aries heliocentrically probably for many months. I'm guessing probably about 4 to 5 months. All these asteroids have about an orbital period of 4 to 5 years. So if we divide 4 years, let's say, by 12, so that would be at least 4 months. So this is going to be the hot phase now. Now we are really talking. No more just observing. Interesting also that here we have Mars at midheaven with the moon, because this is a heliocentric chart here, but the moon you see is here still indicated actually at midheaven pretty exactly. The power of the people, courage, intensity, confrontation, it's here again, and yeah, one cannot oversee that one. Uranus here at the 4th house cups. Yes, it's really the story is building. The story is really getting solid here as we're getting into this intense month of December. And again, just one day prior to the eclipse, we have the black moon opposing Huya. And that is here in the center degrees of Sagittarius, Huya at 1515, right here. That's just a few degrees away from Mercury and the Sun, which are already part of this Huya energy, a lot tied into it, and the black moon here. So what does this mean? Huya is has been named, it's a Plutino, means it's in the family of Pluto. It's been named after a Venezuelan rain and winter god, and this energy asks to open oneself to transform fixed patterns from past lives. And what we're coming out of literally is a collective past life. Freeing oneself and transitioning to more flexible expressions. Huya often shows up in personal charts when someone is going through a psychotherapy. It's about the elimination of a mental virus. Think fear. Yes, big stuff. So this is just starting to get hot. The black moon opposing Huya, this is kind of a first activation of that, directing our face towards that direction of integrating shadow. And yes, then the next thing I'm highlighting here is the change of the sun into the next hexagram 5 at 11:22:30, and this will be the intense 6-day period in which the solar eclipse falls. That's why naturally it is the most intense. So what is hexagram 5? Let's quickly go there. Hexagram 5 is here. No, that's 9. Here is 5. Okay. Waiting, nourishment. All beings have need of nourishment from above. Nourishment from above. Nice. But the gift of food comes in its own time, and for this one must wait. This hexagram shows the clouds in the heavens giving rain to refresh all that grows and to provide mankind with food and drink. The rain will come in its own time. We cannot make it come, we have to wait for it. The idea for waiting is further suggested by the attributes of the 2 trigrams. Strength within, that's the lower 3 lines, which is heaven, the creative, the dragon's energy, and danger in okay, something is not correct here. So the attributes of the 2 trigrams, strength within and danger without. I guess that's what it should say, because water is the attribute, is attributed to be a dangerous energy. So strength within, danger without. Strength in the face of danger does not plunge ahead, but bides its time, whereas weakness in the face of danger grows agitated and has not the patience to wait. Okay, here is an interesting point. It is about just celebrating, enjoying the wait, have good food, enjoy a nice drink, and give the whole back to existence and let things develop at their own pace. Very powerful to be in the rhythm of the universe. And why this window will be so important, again, Huya 1515 is exactly at the ascendant here together with Mercury. So that's really the theme. And the black moon exactly at the 7th house cusp. I mean, it's obvious. We are pushed with our face into the collective shadow. We cannot escape it anymore. It's just full in our face, and we have now the choice, as Oracle Girl puts it very strongly. Either are we the ones which will terminate all that dysfunctional world as we just step out of it, or are we allowing them to pull the plug on us? That's where it comes down to. And these next 7 to 10 days will be very decisive, very powerful time. So as we are now just a day away from the solar eclipse here, when that happens, when at 11:22:30 Sag, the sun moves into this hexagram. And again, I show you quickly here. I have that open. That's this hexagram here, 5. That's 11:22:30 till 17 degrees Sag. And then I intercept this chart quickly. Why? Well, look at the degree of this midheaven. That is where the solar eclipse is on December 4th. So it all kind of again is structures being built, relations. So this Deucalion Sun conjunction is getting a strong focus through this eclipse, is reactivated. This energy is brought to the forefront, you could say. So what is Deucalion again? Deucalion is the same character as Noah, who has been put in charge by Zeus to build an ark. So it's about preparing for something which is yet not visible. Intuitive foreknowledge. Getting ready for big changes, internally and externally both. It is that phase of preparation, and I guess we are all aware of the magnitude of what is happening on our planet, regardless in which direction it eventually will go. These are unprecedented times, truly biblical, if that makes any sense to you. I guess it does. Biblical, that's apocalyptic, you could also say. And all the crazy stories from the Revelations start resonating with reality. That's where we're at. So anyway, this is now the eclipse, and I will stop right here, and I will start from exactly this point when I will do my next one. Just wanted to show you how the energies are building up. And again, just once more jumping ahead to the 7th, which seems to be the most charged day of these coming 2 weeks. So just, yes, be ready. It's happening. What we have been waiting for a long time. Finally it's here, and it's intense. Difficult, momentous, and transformational. Thanks for joining in and listening. And yeah, see you soon. Yeah, love you all. Bye bye.